All right, today we're talking about time and thought, how the concept of time relates to your thought process. Now, this is critical information. Please make sure that you're paying attention. Thoughts can have you feeling stuck in a mental trap. It creates an uncomfortable resistance within the body and takes you on a mind journey that separates you from your journey. For an example, when you're having a conversation with somebody and your mind starts drifting off into something else that you don't even understand what's happening in the present moment, okay? Your mind can have you playing like a movie on repeat over and over and over again, having you slip into lower levels of human consciousness, causing depression or anxiety, depending on where your thought process is and what time concept you're in. It can lead you into the past or into the future. But either way, it affects every single passing moment with a negative vibration. So let's take a look at this. We have the present moment, which is the now. We have the past and the future. The past is a memory. The future is a story. Let's take a look at the past. The past is any time between a minute ago and childhood, from the time you're born. That's all the past. So whatever happened a minute ago is the past. You cannot correct it. You cannot change it. You can't do anything about it. It's simply a memory. And this memory, if it's in the negative, can lead you into lower levels of human consciousness, such as shame, guilt, apathy, grief, or anger. Okay? It starts with either an experience or a person that triggers this memory and has you fall into these lower levels of human consciousness based on the memory that's created that you're holding on to within your mind. Now, this past experience, this memory that you're falling back into can confirm belief systems and then contribute to the self-talk that goes on within your head. Why did I just do that? Everyone hates me. I resent you because, why me? I deserve it, and on and on and on. It feeds into it, okay? Now, when we look at the future is a story. The future hasn't happened yet. It's in a time concept that does not exist. It could be about events, family, friends, health, money, career, business, etc. It can also have you falling into lower levels of human consciousness, causing anxiety. It can lead you into anger, fear, desire, or pride. Your story, the fictional story, is not existent. It has not happened. It is simply a story. And it either is from fearing the unknown, or maybe it's listening to other people's experiences, thinking that you are going to have the same experience, although you're on your own journey. Maybe you're unhappy with the present moment, so you start worrying and stressing about the future, and all of it lacks trust and faith and feeds into your belief system because you're creating, which means that you're manifesting. So when you create with the mind about the future, about a bad situation, and then something similar happens, it confirms your belief system and holds you down in that level of consciousness and in that concept of time, feeding into the mind, again, the self-talk, creating stress, worry about all different situations, thinking, how will this happen? When will this happen? What if? I know this will happen. What do I have to do? Who do I have? All these things start floating within the mind because you're stuck in a time concept that doesn't exist. So the only time concept that is real, that is relevant, is what's happening now in the present moment and every moment as we move forward. Okay? Now, taking a look at all of this, the memory, if you're going to go back into the past, only go back in as an observer if it's a negative situation. If something triggers you, if a certain situation or experience happens, and you find yourself falling into a past memory and dwelling and falling into a lower level of human consciousness, bring your self back up and go in as the observer. Simply observe. Now, if you're going to go back in and reminisce about a good situation and have a good laugh and, talk about it among friends, that's fantastic. It's awesome. That's why we have the memory there. There's a good aspect to it. Now, in the future, if you're going to go into the future and create a story, be very mindful of what that story is that you're creating. Remember, when you go into the future, it has not happened yet, but you are creating. So if you're going to go in to create for the positive, say you want to manifest something positive into your life, you create that image, get really crystal clear on it, trust it, and then let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't hold on to it waiting, because every day that goes by and you don't manifest that thing, then that vision and that story for the future could start to morph and change into self-doubt. You're not trusting, you're losing faith. And then it could push what you want further away from you. Okay? Make sure if you go into the future, it's only to create the positive, set it, forget it, let it go. When you go and create visions about situations that haven't happened yet, but you're worrying and stressing, you're creating more resistance and you're creating an attraction for a similar situation to actually manifest in your life. So we want to live in the present moment, live in the now, focus on the only time concept that is real, which is right now in this moment. Right now that you're listening to me in this audio, in this information session, is the only time concept that is real. And then when you leave this audio, then that moment will be real, and so on and so on. Okay? So final words. Thoughts are the starting point for everything. Thoughts immediately attach to your emotions. One single thought can shift your vibration, sliding down into a lower level of human consciousness. So be mindful. All thoughts live forever in a collective consciousness, meaning that's once you have a thought, it's forever there. That's why you can pull up memories. That's why you can create for the future. Okay? So be very conscious and aware of the thoughts. Thoughts allow you to visualize memories of the past. It allows you to create fictitious stories about the future. It allows you to manifest for the good and also for the bad. Now, when we talk about on a deeper level, which I talk more about in sacred communication, but on a deeper level, when we astral travel, I love this stuff, but it's a non-physical world and everything is based on thought. Thought is truly the starting point for everything, okay? In this world and in the world of spirit. In the physical world, there's a time delay. That's why manifestation doesn't happen so fast, because this world, physical world, is dense. So there's a time delay in the time that you think a thought for it to actually manifest into your life. Whereas in the spirit world, when you think something or you astral travel, you think Cuba, boom, you're in Cuba. As you get into deep meditation, if you want to take that journey deeper, as I teach in sacred communication, you'll begin to understand when you think the thought, boom, you're there. Okay? In this physical world, there's a time delay because of ego's intellectual mind and processing. Okay? Again, it's the ego mind that is processing it, that takes the time, that creates that delay. The body cannot live without the conscious mind, but the conscious mind can live and thoughts live forever. Your thoughts are dictating everything that happens after that moment. Okay? The present moment is the only time concept that is relevant, but your thoughts is what's going to dictate what happens in that next moment. Okay? If you're in the present moment and you slide down into the past, falling down into a negative level of human consciousness, that's going to dictate what's going to happen in the next moment. You're still going to be stuck there. You're going to have to climb your way back out. Remember, you're the observer only if it's a negative memory. If you're going to fall into a story about the future, guess what? In your future, it's possible that a similar, not the exact situation, but a similar situation based on that vibration of energy could manifest into your life. When we understand this, it's like almost this fear, this healthy fear starts to form. Making sure that you stay present in the present moment, that you're not slipping into a space that's going to cause more pain or negative manifestations. Okay? So when you gain control of your thoughts, you're going to have the ability to create a shift in perspective. And those shifts are what we need. Those are the aha moments. Those are the epiphanies and the revelations that help you to heal. Allow negative thoughts to dissolve far out of your reach. If a negative thought comes in, let it go by bringing yourself back to the present moment. The way you let it go is by bringing yourself, your awareness back to what's happening right now in this moment, right in front of you. Okay? This creates space for new healthy thoughts and belief systems to form. You can only create new healthy thoughts and belief systems within the present moment, within the awareness of being present. When you gain control of your thoughts, you no longer feed into lower levels of human consciousness. You start to gain control over your mind, which means that you gain control over your emotions and how you feel. Meditation and, again, reconditioning is required to continue with this process. Okay, so what I want you to do is to download the time and thought worksheet, take some time alone in a quiet space, light some candles, burn some incense, set that mood, and work through the worksheet. Okay, until tomorrow, namaste.